name is Satish, DTM Sastha.
Alright, good morning once again.
Good morning.
Satish, I should say, just when you started, that smile on your face was the first thing that I noticed. Because in a boardroom setup, and when you are especially communicating something that is as effective as change, I think a smile would have really helped, and that was the first thing that I connected with you. Great going there. You are very comfortable communicating the change yourself. In a lot of places, people are not comfortable communicating what they want to say. In this case, you knew your topic and you were comfortable, you were not nervous, you were not restless. It helped create more trust in the audience. I thought that was again fabulously done. You started off with an example of John. While I thought the example was very good, I'll tell you later what could have been done a little differently. But in this case, using an example was also something very nice because it helped us connect more clearly. And there was no doubt on what you were trying to communicate. You wanted to say that you wanted to shift from a 5-day week schedule to a 4-day week schedule. So the change was also clearly communicated. And thank God It's Thursday was a good teaser to the movie that you were trying to deliver later. So these were the things that were done effectively. Now of course there are things that could have been done differently. And for some of us, it is not very easy to do something that is not imbibed in our character. And I think for someone like Satish, who's very process oriented, like we call him in Meraki, something of this sort where you need to connect with the audience could have been a challenge. So kudos to even having tried something like this. I think it was pushing the bar several notches up, and this is exactly what we should all be doing in Meraki. Satish, number one, the tone could have definitely been less mechanical. I felt like you were here giving a lot of data points. While I could look at you like a scientist, it was difficult for me to look at you as a colleague because I felt I could not sympathize with what you were saying, number one. Number two, either you or Ashok the MC could have set context on what was happening here. I was lost for a minute trying to understand what you were trying to communicate. If I were you, I would have asked Ashok to say, this is a boardroom setup. Satish is here to talk about this change and this is what has led to the events related to this meeting. That could have been something different. While you were looking a lot towards the back of the room, I thought you could have maintained a little more communication or eye contact in the front. It is essential that we all communicate with each other when a drastic step like this is taken in an organization. That was lacking again. You could have definitely used local examples instead of saying examples from outside the organization itself. You talked about what was happening in Finland, you talked about another research company. For me, it was all jargon because you said 40%, you said 15%. I was not wrapping my mind towards all of this. If you had rather said, in our organization, so many people have quit because of stress in work, or someone committed suicide the other day because they were not able to handle stress, it would have been easier. So the need for change, I thought, could have been communicated more effectively, and you could have presented evidence that was more local, and you could have said benefits for all the people in the room so that the agreement would have been easier. I thought this was a great attempt at trying to break the ice, and for someone like you, I know it's a very difficult internal change to communicate about something like this. To the effort, kudos, while I think you can obviously do more. Thank you.